What's up, it's your girl, Miss J, Talks with J podcast. And this episode, we're going to talk about a really good topic. It's a topic that I've noticed that a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of mixed reviews, a lot of different opinions, which I'm loving. So I said, why not give my opinion on this topic? So, Talks with Jay podcast, episode 26. And we're going to talk about the fact of whether men and women can just strictly platonically be friends. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to give my perspective because I think it's a yes and a no to it. So, we're going to start off with the why I say yes. Men and women can strictly be friends because a lot of my male friends I got from my interests. I like sports, basketball, football, baseball, college basketball. I pretty much watch most sports. So, when sports season comes, that gives us something to talk about. We talk our junk about our teams. Great dialogue back and forth. That's something we bond over. The competitive nature of saying that my team is better than yours. So we bond over sports. I also am a part of the sneaker culture. The sneaker culture, for the most part, is male-dominated. Until as of late, in the recent years, that you've had a lot of women now get into the culture. And that's where you're meeting a lot of great males. You bond over sneakers, the culture, the background stories of some of the shoes. You talk about the style of where you're from in comparison to where some of them are from. And, y'all talk fashion. You talk sneaker culture, the history. Also, I like video games. I'm very competitive with 2K. I play Madden. Those are pretty much the only two I play, which are two major games that most males play. So when it comes to having those conversations about 2K and Madden, I talk my crap. I talk my junk. And we do friendly wagers as far as 2K games. So that also helps me beat other males because video game culture is predominantly male. More so in the later years now, a lot of females are getting into the video game culture. So, and then especially with 2K adding the WNBA into it, kind of something the women and the men can bond together and play. So, I think that was dope. Your work environment, you meet a lot of people, a lot of men that you work with. Some of them, they're strictly on a high goodbye basis, and then some of them, you actually speak to beyond just the high. Y'all actually talk about how your days are going. And sometimes that grows beyond just the work environment, being associates. Y'all start to actually grow a friendship and a bond. Some of my male friends now are people I've met or had some of my different jobs. And some of them I've kept in touch with once I've left the job because our personalities matched. We share the same interests. We grew to get to know one another 3 seeing each other every day. So if I didn't see him when I would be at work, I would, hit him on social media to find out what was going on, or send him a text to make sure everything's okay, or just check to see how they're doing, how the family's doing. So it's the bonds and the friendships you build with the opposite sex. That's basically what it is. So that's why I say men and women can strictly platonically just be friends. But also on the same hand, I say that they can't, because once one or both of y'all crossed on that line and that boundary of a friendship by saying that you like one another, or especially your emotion, your feelings, that kind of will ruin or mess up the bond that y'all have. You just gotta be realistic about it. You gotta also think about whether, because you find a person attractive, you also have to pursue them. You don't have to pursue everybody because you find them attractive. But in the same token, human nature, we have feelings, we have emotions, we have attractions to the opposite sex. So we're prone to act upon those. But at the same time, we have to be prepared for what happens as an end result of us acting on those feelings and emotions. Women, we are prime examples. A lot of times when we figure out that we have a male friend and we find them attractive, you throw yourselves at them. I ain't saying that that's right, I ain't saying that that's wrong, but women are prone to throw themselves at a man once they find them attractive. And sometimes it works out, you get the man. Sometimes you're friend zoned. And it's like, damn, was it really worth running a good friendship for a romantic relationship? So you have to weigh your pros and cons of wanting to take it beyond a friendship. And people not going to agree with me saying just because you find a person attractive doesn't mean necessarily you have to pursue them. A lot of people have attractive traits, attractive energy, that being around them just is a good feeling, or like their vibe, their aura, their energy. It's good to be around. So we want to be around them. So that's cool. And I think more people need to tap into the fact of people's traits about them that are attractive, instead of necessarily the physical attraction and appearance. Because let's be honest, once you get older, your looks are going to start to change. So if you basically went after a person strictly off their looks, once the looks change, 9 times out of 10, your feelings going to change too. So people need to follow like people for the personality, their traits, their characteristics. Like them for those first, and then you can dive into the physical appearance of a person. A lot of people are too hell-bent on people's appearance. And honestly, looks ain't everything. So you can have looks and your personality be shit. So that's why I say dive into the core of what connects you with people before you just settle on a person's attraction, physical attraction. Also, you have to be prepared for what happens as an end result if you pursue your male friend and it doesn't work out, or vice versa, they pursue you and it doesn't work out. You guys might have burned a bridge in a great friendship that could have lasted a lifetime, trying to make it romantic. Sometimes you just have to have people in your life and not cross the boundary of a romantic relationship. And I know that's harder, that's easier said than done, but you have to show some type of restraint. Show some type of restraint for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Also, and wouldn't I fall to this one too? Just because your friend says that you and your male friend look attractive as a couple, doesn't mean that you should take that and run with it. Let your friends' opinions be your friends' opinions. Let me say it louder for the folks in the back. Let your friends' opinions be your friends' opinions. Sometimes your friends can see something in you and someone that you don't see. Yes, there's a 50-50 chance that could be the case. And a lot of times it may not be the case. And you listening to your friends and you run with that and you throw yourself, like I said before, you throw yourselves at the man. And they looking at you like you're crazy because they've only viewed you as just a friend. So it's like, yes, on one hand, men and women can just be friends. On the other hand, it's hard to just be friends. But you have to find the fine line of balance in men and women just being friends or not being friends. It's hard. Human nature makes it hard. You want the romance, you want the companionship aspect. So, male and female relationships are hard. It's just human nature. Human nature, your attraction with people, which makes it harder. And some people, you guys just bond. It's nothing more, nothing less, and that's cool. And those are the type of friendships that last a lifetime that you hear people talking about. I just say pick and choose your battles wisely. If you decide to pursue someone that you've been friends with for X amount of years, be prepared what their result may be, whether good or bad. And those that choose to just strictly platonically be friends, cherish those friendships because they're hard to come by. I've heard so many stories about men and women being friends, and different things coming in between them being friends, whether it's her dating somebody, him dating somebody, or just the gray area, the unknown of them for other people, and potential people that date either one of y'all. So it's just the fact of kind of like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, in my opinion. But that's my perspective on can men and women be strictly platonically friends. This is probably going to be part 1. Part 2, hopefully I can get a male guest to come on and get the male perspective of it. So stay tuned for part 2.